Good evening, friends. Today we will be talking about insecticides. Insecticides are one of the major inventions of 17th and 18th century. Okay, so when we started advancing in agriculture and when there were lots and lots of crop production, we faced a fear of insecticides. Okay, of insects, and that's why we invented insecticides. So, by definition, insecticides are agents of chemical or biological origin that control insects. This includes ovicides, which kill the eggs of the insects, or larvicides, which kill the larvae of the insects, which are used against the eggs and larvae respectively. It is believed to be one of the major factors behind the increase in agriculture productivity in the 20th century. Okay, they are used in agriculture, medicine, industry, and household purposes. Historians trace the use of pesticides around 1000 BC, but the earliest records of insecticides pertain to the burning of brimstone sulfur as a fumigant. The first approach used by our primitive ancestors to reduce insect annoyance was hugging smoke fires and spreading mud and dust over their skin to repel biting and tickling insects like mosquitoes and bedbugs. At the beginning of World War II, that is around 1940s, our insecticide selection was limited to several arsenicals, petroleum oils, nicotine, pyrethrum, sulfur, hydrocyanide gas, rotenone, and cryolite. It was World War II that opened the modern era of chemical control with the introduction of a new concept of insect control, synthetic organic insecticides, the first of which was DDT. Okay, we'll learn about it in detail. Classes of pesticides. These are the insecticides which kill insects. This can be classified as organic, inorganic, and organic. Organic, we have organochlorine, organophosphates, carbamates, and synthetic pyrethroids. Then we have herbicides which kill plants, rodenticides which kill rodents, rats, fungicides which kill fungus, and fumigants for aerial fumigation. Various insecticides are available over the counter. Classification of insecticides according to the method of application, the way they enter the insect body, they can be classified as contact insecticides, fumigants, residual insecticides, and stomach insecticides. So the insecticides, as classification goes: contact poison, stomach poison, and fumigants. Stomach poisons, we have Paris green and sodium fluoride. Fumigants, we have hydrogen cyanide, methyl bromide, sulfur dioxide, and carbon disulfide. Contact poisons, we have natural and synthetic. In natural, we have pyrethrum, rotenone, dairies, nicotine, and mineral oils. While in synthetic, we have organochlorine, organophosphorus, and carbamates. Okay, so remember, this is the most important slides. You will be given an insecticide in your spots, and you will be asked what kind of insecticide it is, what is the mechanism of action, and you will be given, and you will also be asked questions about insecticides in your MCQs. Organochlorines, in organochlorine, chlorocarbon or chlorinated solvent is an organic compound containing at least one covalently bonded chlorine atom. The examples are diphenyl aliphatics, HCH, which is hexchlorocyclohexane, cyclodines, and polychloroterpenes. So here we have an example of organochlorine insecticide. Then we have diphenyl aliphatics. This is the oldest group of organochlorine which include DDT. Okay, so remember the DDT, the group is diphenyl aliphatics. The DDT, DDD, ethylene, chlorobenzylate, dipofol, and methoxychlore are one of the most important examples of diphenyl aliphatics. DDT is probably the best known and most notorious chemical of the 20th century. DDT, which is also known as dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane, it was first synthesized in 1874, but its insecticidal properties were not discovered until 1939. Swiss chemist Paul Hermann Muller discovered its insecticidal properties and was awarded Nobel Prize in the Physiology and Medicine in 1948 for his discovery of DDT as a contact poison against several arthropods, and the most important of them is mosquito. Okay, mosquito and mosquito bites and deaths due to malaria and dengue were a huge public health problem all over the world at that time. So this is the DDT insect spray. Properties and chemistry. DDT is highly hydrophobic, colorless, crystalline solid with a weak chemical odor. DDT does not occur naturally. It is produced by the reaction of chloral with chlorobenzene in the presence of sulfuric acid, which act as a catalyst. Isomers and related compounds of DDT. Total DDT is the sum of all DDT related compounds, that is P DDT 77%, OP DDT 15%, DDE and DDD. Currently, about 1,000 tons of DDT are used annually worldwide in vector control operations. India and China are the only countries still producing and exporting the chemical, but because of the entering of DDT into the life cycle, into the chain of food chain, now we are reducing the consumption of and production of DDT. So organochlorines, pyrethroids, the enzyme on axonal membrane, ions, sodium, potassium, calcium, and chlorine, enzymes or neurotransmitters, organophosphorus and carbamatic esters. The potential sites of action of classical insecticides on the axon and terminal portions of the nerve. So this is how they affect even the higher animals, not only insects, they can affect even the human beings. DDT is moderately toxic, has potent insecticidal properties, kills by opening sodium channels in the insect neuron, causing the neuron to fire spontaneously. This leads spasm and eventual death of the insect. Insects with certain mutations in their sodium channel gene may be resistant to DDT and other similar insecticides. Restrictions on usage of DDT in 70s and 80s. Agricultural use of DDT was banned in most developed countries. DDT was first banned in Hungary in 1968. Use of DDT for agricultural purpose was banned in India in 1989 and it is used for anti-malarial purpose. And its use for anti-malarial purpose has been declining since then. Environmental impact. DDT is a persistent organic pollutant with a half-life of 2 to 15 years and is immobile in most soils. Okay, so once we put DDT into a soil, it might stay there for 2 to 15 years. Its half-life is 56 days in lake water and approximately 28 days in the river water. Breakdown products in soil environments are DDE and DDD, which are also highly persistent and have similar chemical and physical properties as DDT. DDT and its breakdown products are transported from warmer regions of the world to the Arctic by phenomenon of global distillation, where they can accumulate in the region's food web. It is toxic to embryos and can disrupt calcium absorption, thereby impairing eggshell quality. It is also highly toxic to aquatic life. So this is how the DDT will affect the food chain. The byproduct one eliminated the natural predator for the thatch-eating caterpillar. The overpopulation of caterpillars lead to the caterpillar eating the roof of the village's house. As the cats died, the rat population flourished and so did on the outbreak of plague. Eating the geckos caused more DDT to accumulate in the cats that eventually killed the wild cats. DDT also accumulated in the geckos. The original purpose, the WHO used DDT to kill the mosquitoes that caused malaria, but the second byproducts killed geckos, and the cats which ate those geckos got also killed, and that's why there was a huge increase in the population of rats, thus causing the plague. So DDT, even if it kills the malaria, but it causes the parasitic wasp decrease, which increase the population of caterpillar and which ate the rooftops of the villages. And DDT, it killed the geckos and the cats, thus overpopulating rats and thus spreading the plague. So DDT is a double-edged sword. The numbers are representative values of the concentration of the tissues of DDT and its derivatives in parts per million from the plants upwards in the food chain. Okay, so if the plants are 0.04 parts per million in the grains, in the primary consumer like fish or rodents, it will be 0.23 parts per million. In secondary consumers, it can be 2 parts per million, and in tertiary consumers, it can be almost 14 parts per million. So this is how the concentration of DDT increases in the along the food chain. The DDT also increases through the grasshopper effect. In warm temperatures, organochlorus evaporate. The organochlorus evaporated move in the air by winds to colder places, and in colder temperatures, chlorine insecticides condense and fall to the earth. So this is how the organochlorines from the source region will move further into the colder regions and cause further spread in the environment. Effect on human health, toxicity, acute and chronic. Acute toxicity classified as moderately toxic by US National Toxicology Program and moderately hazardous by WHO. It is not considered to be acutely toxic and in fact has been applied directly to the clothes or used in soap. On rare occasions, it has been administered orally as a treatment for barbituric poisoning. Chronic toxicity of occupational exposure was associated with reduced verbal attention, vasomotor speed, sequencing, and with increased neuropsychological and psychiatric symptoms because of it being a neurotoxin. Non-allergic asthma and diabetes were also chronic side effects of DDT. Cancer, a study of malarial workers who handled DDT occupationally found an elevated risk of liver and biliary tract cancers. Association between DDE and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma has been made. DDE exposure may be associated with testicular cancer. Study released in 2007 found a strong association between exposure to PP isomer of DDT early in life and breast cancer later in life in females. Developmental and reproductive toxicity. Recent studies demonstrated a link between the in utero exposure to DDT and DDE and developmental neurotoxicity in humans. So all insects might be thinking that humans are dangerous creatures who use pesticides and insecticides. Okay. So DDT used against malaria, the WHO estimates there are between 300 million and 500 million cases of malaria every year, resulting in more than 1 million deaths, with about 90% of deaths occurring in Africa, mostly to children under age of 5. In 1995, the WHO commenced a program to eradicate malaria worldwide, relying largely on DDT. This program was successful in eliminating malaria only in areas with high socioeconomic status, well-organized healthcare systems, and relatively less intense or seasonal malarial transmission. The goal of eradication was abandoned in 1969, and attention was focused on controlling and treating the disease. Mosquito resistance to DDT has lost much of its effectiveness, especially in areas such as India, where outdoor transmission is the predominant form. Much greater quantity of DDT used for agricultural spraying rather than insignificant amounts used for disease prevention, which led to initial appearance of resistance. Alternatives to DDT, they are generally more expensive, more toxic to humans, and not always as effective at controlling malaria and insect-borne diseases. By removing or poisoning the breeding grounds of the mosquitoes or aquatic habitats of the larval stages, this can be used. Study by WHO released in January 2008 found that mass distribution of insecticide-treated mosquito nets and artemisinin-based drug can cut the malaria deaths better than the DDT. Then we have benzene hexachloride, BHC, or hexachlorocyclohexane. The insecticidal properties of HCH or BHC were discovered in 1940. There are 5 isomers: alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and epsilon. Only gamma isomer has insecticidal properties. The gamma isomer was isolated in manufacture and sold as the odor-based insecticide Linden. Because of its very low cost, it is still used in many developing countries. Mode of action: effects of hexachlorohexane superficially resembles those of DDT, but occur rapidly and result in much higher rate of respiration in insects and respiratory failure in insects. The gamma is a neurotoxicant whose effects are normally seen within hours and increased activity, tremors, and convulsions leading to prostration. This is a BHC powder insecticide. Cyclodynes appeared after World War II. Most of them are persistent insecticides and are stable in soil and relatively stable to ultraviolet of sunlight. Most effective, long-lasting, and economical germicides includes chlordane, aldrin, deltrin, heptachlor, endrin, and endosulfan. Mode of action: group acts on the inhibitor mechanisms called the GABA receptor, antagonizes the calming effects of GABA and nervous activity, followed by tremors, convulsions, and prostrations. Polychloroterpenes, only two were developed, toxaphene and strobane. Toxaphene was used on cotton, first in combination with DDT. Easily metabolized by mammals and birds and is not stored in body fat. Mode of action: acts on neurons, causing an imbalance in sodium and potassium ions. Okay, so for the bed bugs, we need to make them dead bugs, and then the next logical step is to spray through the helicopter and through the aerial view, so that people will be confused. They are not sure if it's rain or it is insecticide. Okay. Yes. So that's it regarding today's topic. Thank you.